Forward to this computer. Alrighty, we are recording. I'm so excited about this training, everybody, and thank you so much for coming and taking time out of your busy schedules for this. But I do believe 100% that times like these where we can come together and encourage each other in what we're doing, it can be a turning point for you and your business, because I know that it has been for me. Because this isn't just about you, this is about what you are going to do for your teams and how you are going to equip them. So I'm really, really grateful, and I'm really expectant to see the fruit of this time, not just in your life, but in the lives of your teams and in their businesses. So thank you so much for that. Everything that I'm going to say is not me. There's nothing new under the sun. All of the wisdom that I may have, it's just because I've read a book or someone's taught me, or, someone a lot smarter and wiser has spoken those things to me. This book we've been going through in our book study, Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sarah Robbins, is fantastic. I highly recommend it. And if you are here because you want to be successful with Plexus in network marketing, and to do so, you've got to be a student of the network marketing industry. We are actually finishing this book study this week, and then the week after convention, April Resch is going to be starting a study on Get Over Your Bleep Self, which is another fabulous, fabulous network marketing book that goes over the skills to be successful. So mark that on your calendar. That's for every ranked under gold. And if you want to be in that, and if you're gold, you can still do that, because again, I've read that book 3 times. I've read this book 3 times. And the more you study the basics of the industry, the more you're going to grow your business. You can never learn enough about this. That's like saying to say that you don't need to learn the basics of network marketing is to say that you don't need to know anything more about the love of Jesus. Just not going to happen, right? You always need to go back to the basics. And in fact, that's exactly what created this crazy momentum that Freedom Team has been experiencing, is that Brittany went back to the basics. She said, what are the things in my business that caused me to go from silver to emerald in a year? And how can I recreate that? And so we went back to the basics. We started talking about recruiting and retention and belief and handling objections and duplication and events like this. And that is literally what created the crazy momentum. So I am really, really excited about this and what this is going to mean. I'm crazy excited to say that I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus and that I'm a jewel now. Did I just say that? That I can say that, but if I can say that, you can say that, okay? If Christina can say that, Celise can say that. If Brittany can say that, Ed and Jennifer and Kathy and Emily and Katie, we can all say that, because this is not about something that's for the special. There's nothing special about me except I didn't quit. And I'm coachable and I'm doing the things, okay? Everybody can do this. The question is, are you willing to do it? Okay, are you willing? Because it's just a matter of doing the things. So we're going to take this outline and we're going to talk about the foundation, the fire, and the fuel for your business, okay? Now let's talk about the foundation. The foundation for anything, for being successful in this business, is belief and is your mindset. Okay, you've heard this probably 1,000 times. 20% of this business is skill and 80% of this business is mindset. So guess where most of your time should be? Focus on 80% of the mindset. And this is not my idea, it's God's idea. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And anybody see Empire Strikes Back? Any Star Wars fans? Okay, I love Star Wars, okay? Even had the Darth Vader carrying case as a kid, okay? Barbies and Star Wars, that was my thing. And there's this great scene in Empire Strikes Back. And Luke's X-Wing fighter falls to the, sinks in the swamp. And Luke is like freaking out, my X-Wing fighter just sank. And Yoda basically looks at him and says, well, raise it up. He's like, what? What do you mean I can't do that? He goes, he's basically saying, use the force, do it. And so he gets on his, attitude, and he starts this thing, and it starts to rise. And then he looks at it, and it starts to sink. He's like, I can't, it's just too big. And Yoda kind of shakes his head, this little peanut of a green alien. And he just takes a deep breath and he gets himself and he does the pose. And then the music starts and then the X-Wing fighter comes out and then he brings it over and he lands it. And Luke goes, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And Yoda looks at him and he says, and that is why you fail. Belief is everything. It is still going. Belief is, oh, she probably hopped out. Belief is everything. So you've got to have belief. So let's talk about what you need belief in. You need to have belief in our products, okay? The good news about this is that this is easy to create. We have life-changing products that are changing thousands upon thousands upon thousands of lives each and every day. Back in February, we learned that it was 14,000 orders a day, pre-pandemic, okay? That's a lot of lives being changed with a less than 2% return rate. You need to memorize these three. The roots of most of our health issues we have in this country stem from blood sugar imbalance, poor gut health, and inflammation. You can pretty much take any health issue and Google that health issue with those three words, and you will see scores of studies, okay? As you realize and as you learn about these products and that these products address those core health issues and bring the body into balance, your belief will go through the roof. You've got to believe that these products work, because let me tell you, your best friend won't buy from you. Your mother will say you're in a pyramid scheme. Someone will call and say, I've got detox. Someone will talk about fatty liver. Someone will talk about X, Y, or Z. And it rattled me at the beginning. It really did, because I didn't have rock solid belief, but that is something that you can build every day. Get into Gut Health and Happiness and read a testimony. Get a product information sheet and read it and Google the ingredients and figure out why they're important for the body. That is something that you can build. We have an incredible life-changing opportunity, but it's because of these life-changing products. Take away the products, we have nothing. But it's because lives are being changed, and I'm one of them, that we have such a life-changing opportunity. I mean, I was the sickest person around. I would walk to the pharmacy and they would get the prescription ready without even me giving the name. I went to go get a prescription in January when my daughter had oral surgery, like that mouthwash, you know. I honestly didn't remember what I was supposed to do. We changed insurance, and so I stood there for a minute and I thought, what do I do to get a prescription? Because I hadn't been there since Plexus. You can build your belief in these products, because detox will happen. Someone will be on the products for 2 months and say, I don't feel anything. And you're like, what happened? You've got to have rock solid belief, and you can build that by doing the work. But you are your own CEO, and nobody will do that for you. It is your responsibility to do that and to build the belief in the products, okay? And you can. And the more you read, you'll be just like me, sitting in bed with tears streaming down your eyes. How could I not share this? How could I not? When most people feel like crap and are stuck in survival mode. And all of us in this room are believers. And as the church, we are supposed to be the city on the hill, the salt of the earth, the light of the world. And that's really hard to do when you feel like crap and all you want to do is get in bed. That is not what Jesus called us to. I believe that God is a good father, and he does not. Kathy, would you give your daughter a disease to teach Sarah character? Well, neither does my God, okay? So we have something that God has given us, and it is our responsibility to steward that and to share, but you've got to steward this knowledge and to be able to share that knowledge, right? So build the belief in the products, and you can do that. Every day you should be doing that. Okay, number 2. Belief in network marketing. I am Michelle Stuchel. I am married to a man who's an assistant U.S. attorney who specializes in in appellate work. I have a master's in counseling, and I am a proud network marketer. If you would have told me that those words would have come from my mouth 4 years ago, I would have said you are snipping crack. I wanted nothing to do with network marketing, but I didn't know. I just didn't understand the model, and I'd seen it done poorly. Now, let me ask you this. Raise your hand if you've been to a restaurant. Okay, we've all been to restaurants. Have you ever been to a restaurant where the food was fabulous and the service was fabulous, and you're like, oh, we are coming back here? And then you've been to a restaurant where the food was nasty, the service stunk, it was awful, right? We've all been there, right? Did you stop going to restaurants? Not one of you did. I can guarantee you. We all love going out to eat. You don't let one bad experience stop you. And the more I've learned about what network marketing really is, the more I know that it is one of the best industries in the entire world. Because you know what the definition, your job description is for as a professional network marketer? Loving people and serving them well. That's the definition of a professional network marketer. You help people help people. That's what a network marketer does. You reach your goals by equipping people and helping them reach their goals. And in Plexus, I love supporting my girlfriends in their businesses. Last month, I bought stuff from Melaleuca. I brought wine from Scout and Cellar. I bought oils from doTERRA. But wine and cleaning products haven't changed my life. Well, maybe wine does. I'm just kidding. But these products change lives. And I can throw myself into that. And as you know, we've got life-changing products. And as you help people, your business will explode. That's your job description. You help people, help more people. Now, let's talk about why network marketing is such a great industry. Okay. Have you ever been in a work environment where you worked with people or people that you would not choose to work with, or the environment was toxic? We've all been there, right? Guess what? In network marketing, you get to actually choose who you are working with. Everybody who has a gut needs these products, right? Which means every living human being. We all need the products. But you don't have to build with everybody. I'm not going to build with just anybody. I'm going to build with people that have integrity, that love the Lord, that want more in their lives. I'm not just going to build with anybody. I was with Celise for a year in pickup and drop off before I actively recruited her, because I knew she needed the products. But if I'm going to build with her, I want to know about you. I've known your reputations. I've known you for years and years and years. Everybody at Compassion knows who the Pulkinens are. Integrity, leaders, character, impact. So I'm going to, I want to work with you guys. Katie, same thing. Saley says, Katie, biggest heart in the world. Oh, if she does this, she'll be a rock star. You get to choose who you're going to work with. That is an incredible bonus, okay? Network marketing takes ordinary people and helps them achieve extraordinary results. And here's Marco. Ooh, and Jeremiah, or somebody else. There's a woman. You can take a 30-year career and compress it into 3 to 5 years. I placed my first order April 7th, 2017. And at the end of May 2020, I hit the rank of Emerald, which means I can now earn a 6-figure income. I'm taking my husband to Hawaii, and I can get a free Lexus. Not bad for 3 years, right? Compressing a 30-year career. Hey, everybody, come on in. So that is exciting. Ed, if we need to, would you pull a chair in from the kitchen?
I'm gonna move out of this spot.
Okay, that's awesome. Welcome, how's it going? So that is the power of network marketing. And this is the other part. You have low cost. Normally our enrollment is $39.95 to enroll, to get a business, to have a website, to have a customer service department, to have shipping and handling, to have a brand, to have graphics, to have logos, to have everything you need. And guess what? Right now, it's $9.95. $9.95 for you to have everything you need for a business. Low startup, okay? In my first month, when I decided that I was going to do this as a business, I said I was going to get these paid for. I made almost $500, and that first month, and I've never paid for my products out of pocket since, ever. And let me tell you, I buy a lot of products. We have very little risk. It's scalable. It's smart. There's no experience necessary, and network marketing is simply a set of skills that any human can learn. Anyone can learn these skills. You have unlimited income potential with so little upfront money. Now let's talk about residual income. Okay, right? You're not sitting here because you want some ice cream money. You're sitting here because you want financial freedom. You wouldn't just give up a couple hours on a Monday afternoon because you've got nothing better to do, especially when it's raining. You're in this because you want to see generations impacted, right? And that is what you can. You can either get a traditional job, which we know today because of the global pandemic we're in, there is no safety, right? People thought that these safe careers are no longer safe, right? So people are very much open to a plan B, and they're looking at things that they never thought that they would look at before, swallowing a little bit of pride, right? So you can either get paid on your efforts alone, 100% on your efforts alone, or you can get paid 1% on 100 people's efforts. I mean, I'm going to take the second one. I want the latter. I'm going to get paid on a lot of people's efforts, right? Wealth is created through leverage. We've got a name brand, product, systems, website shipping, everything. And here's the deal with traditional, many traditional businesses, like say you're a teacher, or say you are, you can't just teach your way harder to make more money, to save for Christmas. You can't just, there's only so many hours in a day. Say Lisa's husband does like home improvements and ACs. He's got to sleep. He can't just, keep doing AC units when he's asleep to make more money. This is leveraging a team, an army of people under you to create residual income. And here's the deal, you're going to get paid on the amount of value you add to the company. Now hear me, I'm not talking about your worth. You are worth Jesus dying on the cross. But your paycheck is determined by the level of value you add to the company. How many people are you raising up? How many people are you helping reach their goals? And that's what your paycheck will show, okay? Raising up leaders and helping people help people. This industry offers things. When I started this, I was not looking for a community of people. I had plenty of people in my life. I love people. I got people coming out the wahoo. I did not need any more people in my life. But what I found is that I did need these people. I did need women to pull out my strengths because I was stuck in survival mode. I did need an environment to say, you can do more, you can do better. There's greatness in you and I want to pull it out and see you fly. I did need a community of people that said, let's link arms and do this together because I know what's inside of you and I want to see you flourish. I did need people to help me get back to myself, right? That's what network marketing provides when you're in the right team with the right community. And praise God that the leaders of this team have created that, because not every team in Plexus is what we have. But what we have is very unique, and God has brought each of you for such a time as this. And it's your job to determine what you want with it. And it can be everything that you want if you do the right things. So community, we grow together. We read John Maxwell books together. We're reading leadership because as you grow yourself, you will grow your business. The higher you raise your leadership lid, the higher people you will attract and the more you will grow, okay? Financial and time freedom. There's a lot of really rich people in the world, but there's not a lot of wealthy people that have time freedom, right? They're slaves to the boss. They're slaves to somebody else. They're slave to their clients or their patients or to pay off debt or whatever it is. But time is worth money, right? And that is priceless. Let's talk about fun, okay? Now I'm not a very fun person. I can be intense, although I can have fun. Emily knows I'll be at the front dancing with Emily at our winner's dinner and everything like that. But we have so much fun together. We take trips together. I've gone to Las Vegas. I've gone to Orlando. I've been to San Diego. We've gotten prizes. Our company is so amazing that they give us incentives on top of being paid. They give us incentives to just do what we're getting paid to do. I've won AirPods, an Apple Watch. I've won jewelry. I've won an iPad, a $2,000 shopping spree to Bloomingdale's. I mean, I could keep going, But this isn't about how great I am. It's about how great our company is. It's like giving your kids bonuses when they've done their chores. No, you just get to live here when you do your chores, but our company gives us bonuses for doing these things, right? Okay. Right. That's right. Right? Okay. And you know what's even more exciting than all the fun is what you gain as a person. Emily can tell you this. Who I am today is not who I was 3 years ago. You are in a personal development program that has a compensation plan, because the more you grow yourself, the more your business will explode. The person that I am today is not who I was. It's taking what God has innately given me and put them into practice, those gifts and talents, because here's the deal. God has given each one of you gifts and talents, and they're all different. What you do with them is your gift to God. He's not going to tell you what to do, but it's up to you to decide. That's your responsibility. And as you grow, I mean, I have grown so much. It's just like working out, right? And we're going to use this analogy a lot today. If you say, I'm done with this quarantine 15, I need to get to the gym because summer's here, you know, I'm going to get in a bathing suit, oh my goodness. So the trainer's going to tell you, okay, I can tell you what to do, right? We need to change your eating. We need to get your body moving. You're going to need to do cardio, and you're going to need to do reps. You're going to need to do weight training. And guess what? The first couple days, you're going to be sore, right? And each time you increase your weight, you're going to be sore and it's going to hurt. Guess what? The first time somebody tells you that they're turning off their subscription and they're canceling, it hurts. When your best friend who you thought was going to do this says, no, thank you, guess what? It hurts. When, you know, the person that's been working with you quits and tells you they're doing something else, it hurts. Do you stop going to the gym because your derriere hurts? No. You squat more, you stretch, and you keep going because you know that these actions are proven and will get you the results that you want. You keep doing it and you trust the process. Personal and professional development. The more you grow yourself, the more you grow your business. This is life and leadership skills. Can I tell you what? I'm a better mom because of Plexus. Now I'm going to get really kind of personal here. My husband said to me last night, how do you get sexier? How have you gotten sexier? I looked at him, I'm like, Plexus? He goes, yes. Because it's who I've become too. My marriage is stronger because of this. I'm a better mom. I'm a better friend. I'm a better person because I've had to grow. You don't get to where I am in the company without growth. Growth is everything, right? You grow, you work out, you get stronger, and it's the same thing. And when you can bench that 100 pounds or whatever it is, or do, you know, your 50 squats, or make it to week 6 and bar blend, you're like, yes, I've done something hard and I've grown. I've increased my capacity, right? And network marketing, why? Because it provides freedom. It provides freedom. This is not about creating the job of your dreams. This is about creating the life of your dreams. If your bank account was full and your calendar was empty, what would your life look like? Where would you live? What would you be doing with your kids? What kind of impact would you be making? What would generations that follow you look like? This is about creating the life that you've allowed yourself to dream and what God has put in your heart. Okay? Most people are starting to see that plan A may not pan out, and they're considering a plan B. And one of the things that's so fabulous about network marketing is that you don't have to sacrifice what's most important. Last month, I worked a lot pushing to Emerald, but guess what? My children were in my house. There were many times that Kaya would just come and sit next to me. I didn't have to sacrifice leaving my children or leaving my husband. We decided as a family that we were going to push. This was not Michelle's gig. This was Team Stooge. And my whole family was going to do whatever was necessary. But I didn't have to leave my children or sacrifice what was most important. Are there sacrifices? Of course. right? You sacrifice time to go to the gym. You sacrifice a gym membership. You sacrifice sweat, and you got to buy workout clothes to get healthy. You know what I mean? There are sacrifices. There were times where my husband put my kids to bed, or I didn't watch the show that we like watching as a family because I was working. But guess what? My husband doesn't stay up worried at night. How are we going to pay for 3 colleges and 3 weddings anymore? It pays off. There are short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. Here's the deal. Statistics show that if you stay in network marketing for 10 years, 95% of people that stay in network marketing for 10 years, 95% of them have reached the top of their company. 95% of them. And the other 5%, they may not have reached the top, but maybe they're at the 2nd or 3rd ranks. So what if you're not making $40,000 a month? Maybe you're only making 20. Would $20,000 a month change your life? Right? What would $10,000 a month do for your family? Well, guess what? I'm not stopping there. Brittany hit Emerald in April. Diamond in April. Christina hit last month. On average, that's $30,000 or $40,000 a month. On average, $40,000 a month. On average. Lottery ticket, yes, $40,000 a month. Right. But what would that do for your family? What would $20,000 a month do for your family? Think about that. That is real. I have just hit Emerald. It's real. I'm taking my husband to Hawaii in September. That's real. Okay? Here's the thing. You just don't quit. If you quit, I can guarantee you what's going to happen. Nothing. If you keep going, you will get there. Do you have any idea how many times I was tempted to quit? How many times I sat there thinking, what the fill in the blank am I doing with my time? Nothing's going. My points are going backward. What am I doing? And then I would be on a team call. I'd read something. Brittany would call on me. God would give me a verse, and I just didn't quit. There was something in me, like that little Energizer bunny, that just kept going. You better believe I'm thankful I did. I'm so thankful I didn't quit. And even more important than the money, it's that I'm impacting everybody in this room to not quit. And to see generation upon generation upon generation and family upon family upon family impacted. What if I had quit before I met Celise? Then she wouldn't have talked to Katie. Katie wouldn't have talked to Christy. Christy wouldn't have talked to her uncle. Newsflash, this really isn't about you. This is not about you. The last time network marketing had an explosion was in 2008. What was happening in our country? A recession. Guess what? The economy has tanked, even though, thank God, great jobs report in May. Network marketing with Plexus is absolutely exploding. We had an incredible month in March. April blew it out of the water. May crushed April, and June is going to be just as big, if not bigger. I didn't think I would push for Emerald until July. Guess what? I hit it in May. Our business is essential. We are absolutely exploding. The whole world is worried about health and money, and Plexus is an answer to both. People are open, and they're coming. I have on my team 3 men that are working this business. That didn't happen before this recession. Maybe Ed. I can't remember when you started working, Ed. April. So 3 men, like powerhouse leaders. Marco is a leader of leaders. Ed is a leader of leaders. Chip is a leader of leaders. These are men that have caught it. Don't limit who you're talking to, okay? And please, I've got snacks and drinks in the other room. If you guys are thirsty or need something to drink, please make yourself at home. Okay, so remember, network marketing, why are we doing this? Freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, impacting people, kingdom business. It's all about reaching people in multiplication. Sounds a lot like what Jesus did, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Okay, the more people you help reach their goals, the more you will reach your goals. Okay, third area you need belief in is yourself. Yourself. Like I said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And that was God's idea to begin with. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is, right? You are the owner of your business. And the most powerful thing on this planet where you are concerned is what's between your ears. Yes, you have the Holy Spirit inside of you, but the Holy Spirit's a gentleman. He's not going to take over your body and make you do things that you don't agree to. He's given you everything you need. It's your responsibility to take every thought captive, to use what he's given you, to put things into place and to get up. Peter would have never have walked on water if he hadn't gotten up out of the boat and started to walk, right? He had that responsibility. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Anybody can do this. And this is not about gregarious, extroverted people like me. Guess what? Brittany is an introvert. Guess what? Introverts can actually be, Brooke Hemingway, Double Diamond, is an introvert. It doesn't matter what size, shape, color, personality, anything you are. You can do this if you are willing to learn the skills, be coachable, be humble, and do the work. It takes personal development, taking inventory of what is going through your head, taking every thought captive, okay? Power of life and death is in the tongue, and those that love it will eat its fruit. Words are containers for power, and out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So words are powerful because they're containers for what's already in you, and it starts with your thoughts. Now, newsflash, thoughts turn into beliefs, which determine your actions and your destiny, okay? So your responsibility is to take inventory of what's going on. Think of it, my pastor gave this great example. He said, think of this as an airport, okay? Your brain is like an airport. There are thoughts and planes trying to come in and land all the time. Your job is as the air traffic control tower. What are you going to allow to land there? Are you going to allow, I just can't do it. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too white. I'm too black. I'm too this. I'm too that. There's not enough men in the company. What are you going to allow to land there? It's your job. Here's the deal. Successful people still have negative thoughts. You know the difference is? They know what to do with those thoughts. Fallon said something to me. Brittany tells me these things all the time too. And Fallon said, you know, it's just like when I have a negative thought, it's just like a street sign to me. It's like I'm driving down the road and I see a street sign. Oh, there's a street sign. She's driving down the road. Oh, there's a negative thought. Keep going. Do you let it take root? Do you let it stay there and camp out? Great book is Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Caroline Leaf. She's a Christian neuroscientist, and she shows, because the latest research in science is catching up to the Word of God. Can I get an amen? This is why, you know, your thoughts, whatever you allow to land in your brain, will change the physiology of your brain. And you have the ability to change the physiology of your brain by determining what you allow to land in your brain. Okay, you can actually change the physiology of your brain. Great, great, great book. What are you going to allow to take the real estate of your brain? Is it, I can't do this, it's too hard, nobody wants to join me, I don't have any business builders, I've been doing this for so long and it's taking so long? Or is it, I have the fastest growing team in the company, I'm a master of retention, I am a jewel in this company, I have my diamond team and I'm moving forward, I'm going to be the first African American male diamond, I'm going to change generations, we're going to bring in more men into this company, we are going to see our world transformed, I'm changing lives. But that's up to you. I can't do that for you. That's your choice. You can either make excuses or you can make choices. Either one is a choice, really. If you allow the negativity to stay, that's just the choice called passivity. You have that responsibility, 100%. I cannot do that for you. Your upline cannot do that for you. Nobody can do that for you. And you have what it takes to build this as big as you want it. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. Everybody has a busy life. It's not a matter about being busy. It's just a matter of your intentionality. Is it important enough for you to do it, right? And you have to take yourself through this mindset training. You know, Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer, Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen. There's tons of great books about mindset. Your thoughts determine belief that determine your actions. We take and apply scripture to your thoughts because you can transform your life by renewing your mind. Isn't that what Paul wrote? Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed. How? By the renewing of your mind. Okay? If God said that, I tend to believe him. He's a pretty good source. So the question is, will you do the hard work and do that? I'm not telling you it's easy. It's hard, right? It's hard, but it's your responsibility. That's why God tells us whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is holy. Think about these things. There's so much in the Bible. Take every thought captive because you will never outperform the quality of your thinking. Let me say that again. You will never outperform the quality of your thinking. So think about what you're thinking about. What are you telling yourself? And then what's the truth? Okay? You will be tomorrow what you are thinking about today. Let's talk about, there's a great example in the Bible, the woman with the issue of blood. Remember, doctors couldn't help her. 12 years had this issue. And she said, if I can just touch the hem of his cloak, if I can just do it. Okay, so she touches Jesus's cloak. He's in the middle of throngs of people. He says, who touched me? Power left him, right? He knew it. Here's the deal. Yes, we use faith as a noun, but really faith, pistis in the Greek, is a verb. Cognitive, like a thought, didn't heal that woman. It was faith put into action that healed that woman. Faith without action is dead, said the brother of Jesus. If it has no action, it's not faith. You're lying to yourself. If you say, I believe in Plexus and I know I'm going to be doing this, and you're not talking to anybody about Plexus, you've deceived yourself, right? Faith without action is dead. Her faith propelled her into action. You can do this. If I can do this, anybody can do this, because this isn't about how good that I am. Let me tell you, I had an encounter with myself and all my sin and depravity recently. Let me tell you, it's not because I'm so great, but God is so great, and anyone can do this, okay? Why did we spend all this time talking about belief? Because 20% of this business is about skill and 80% is about belief. I can equip you out the wahoo, but you will never inspire somebody to act. People will not take action unless they've been inspired. You cannot call somebody to action unless they have it in their heart. And your job is to inspire your team too. You will never get anybody to share unless they understand that they can do this. And until you have belief in those three areas, you will have a measure of success. As you continue to build it, your success will grow. Now let's talk about, that was the foundation, right? Let's talk about the fire. What's the fire? It's your why. You've got to have a reason why. Because let me tell you, this business is simple, but it's hard. It's very simple, but it's hard. And I'm not going to tell you otherwise. I faced rejection. I faced betrayal. I faced points going backwards. I faced, just my own depravity. I've faced a lot of junk. But guess what? It's been worth all of it. All of it. Okay? You've got to have a reason that propels you forward, right? Jesus had the same thing. Do you think he was going to go to the cross without a reason? Of course not. What is your why? What drives you? What are the passions inside your heart? And it's going to be, and that will evolve, right? Like my why has evolved because I know that the paycheck is there and that it's blessing my family and blah, blah, blah. You know what more of my why is? To see generations changed, to see communities changed. That my team will be a reflection of the kingdom of God, where there's no distinction, especially in the light of current events, that there's no black, white, man, woman. I mean, I want every color, every age, I want them all. And I want us to link arms as the body of Christ to move forward, to show people what is possible. That's what I want for my team. I don't have a name for my team. I don't need a name for my team, but I'm telling you my heart. That's my why, to be a reflection of, you know, the body of Christ on the earth, changing people. And we are giving people their lives back, right? And seeing things transformed. What's your why? What will keep you going on a Wednesday night when you haven't reached out to your 3 people and you're tired and you just want to go to bed? What's your why? What could your life look like? How will it change your family? What are the dreams in your heart? You have permission to dream, because that why will keep you going. You've got to have that fire. I don't care if it makes you cry or not, because it doesn't make me cry, but it touches the core of my being. It touches the core of my being. And you've got to have it written down. Don't just keep it in your head. Write it down. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision down, make it plain, so that he who reads it may run. You're not going to run unless you read it. You've got to write it down and then revisit it. You know, if you're starting out, read it out loud once a week, every day. You've got to have it written down and let that fuel you, okay? Because it will. So we talked about foundation. We talked about your why being your fire. Now let's talk about the fuel. Let's talk about the skills. The skills are skills that anybody can learn, okay? Anybody can learn them. Recruiting, retention, duplication, and leadership. And before we get into a little bit of the details on that, you know what holds it all together? Consistency and action. You can know these skills and understand them, but unless you're doing them, nothing's going to happen. And when I say, I mean, I take a Sabbath. I believe, like, if God needed to rest, I needed to rest. And actually, my Sabbath is an act of faith, because I want to work, and I want to work a lot, especially last month. Let me tell you, it was like, oh, could I take time off? But then I was basically saying the results were up to me. But God is the one who gives the increase, right? I could work morning, noon, and night, but unless God gives the increase, I'm laboring in vain. So take a Sabbath. But I'm talking about, do you have set hours to work? Are you being consistent with your action? Because if you treat this like a hobby, you'll be paid like a hobby. If you work this as a business, you'll be paid as a business. This can be a part-time endeavor. It cannot be a sometime endeavor. You are not going to get fit if you eat well on Monday, you go to the gym on Monday, and you eat like crap and don't lift a toe the rest of the week. It's just ridiculous. It won't happen. You've got to consistently eat well, work out, and do the things, right? Same thing with this business. You've got to have consistency and action. And that's a great way to just cut away all the excuses. Here's the deal. When you make that decision, the root word for the Latin word for the word decision means to cut away. When you make a decision, you're cutting away everything else. The beginning of May, where I found out that I was ending, when I realized where I ended in April, and then did the numbers and thought, oh my gosh, this could actually happen. And Brittany was like, oh my gosh, this could actually happen. And I called her and I said, am I crazy? And then I said, I'm going for it. I'm doing this. And then she said, I know you will. I've never heard that resolve in you before. I made a decision. Now, that doesn't mean that I didn't quake in my pants, or I didn't have butterflies, or I think, holy crap, what did I just do? Do not fear doesn't mean don't have butterflies. That word fear means run. It just means don't run away. Don't run. And the reason God said don't run is because I'm with you. There's 365 don't runs in the Bible, one for every single day. Yeah, so it doesn't mean, making a decision doesn't mean you're not going to have butterflies. Just don't run away. Keep going. Make the decision, draw your line in the sand, and then let your actions follow, right? You don't need more time. None of you in this room need more hours in a day. What you need is intentionality. When you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. If you have made the decision to do this, you just need to figure it out and get the calendar and block off your time. Time management is not your issue, it's your priorities. If this is important, you'll figure it out, right? Brenda Martin, homeschooling mom of 11, she figured it out. She and her husband are both diamonds, right? So it's not a time issue. It's a decision issue. It's a commitment issue. And it doesn't mean you have to say, I'm going emerald in 2 months. No, what's your goal? This is not about my goal for you. It's about your goal for you. What does it look like? Is it 3 reach outs a day and 2 follow-up? Is it about 5 reach outs a day? What is your goal? Just make your goal, decide, and then do it, okay? So let's talk about recruiting. There are tons of, what's the essence of recruiting? There's only a few things in this business that will make you money. 1 is talking to new people about Plexus, and 2, following up with people about Plexus. Recruiting is 2 steps, right? Talking to new people and then following up with people. We've got so many great videos in Freedom Team, so I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this, but just know it takes 8 to 12 exposures before people make a buying decision. That's the average. So if you've talked to somebody 7 times and they've said no, guess what? You're not at 8, so don't complain, keep going, right? 8 to 12. I can pretty much guarantee you none of you said yes on your first ask, right? So, and on average, 1 out of 10 people will respond to you. If you send out 10 messages, if you send out 9 messages and no one responds to you, guess what? You're normal. 10 messages, 1 person will respond. Brittany said it this way, and so did Celeste Gwen. People with a lot of influence can grow more quickly because they've spent their life. You're basically, here's the deal, you're going to reap the rewards of what your past 5 years have looked like. Have you spent time investing in people, sewing into them, loving them, caring for them? If so, you've got a great deal of influence and you'll have more influence and your odds will be higher. If not, that's okay. It just means you're like the rest of us and have to work, right? You just have to work, and you can build influence and you can love people. It may just take more time, okay? But talking to new people about Plexus and following up with Plexus, it really is very simple. Okay, hold on to your seatbelts. This is how complicated it can be. Hey, Ed, how's it going? How was your weekend? We took the kids to Jacksonville, poured rain, we still had a blast. Listen, I thought of you because I remember you saying you had thyroid issues. This may or may not be for you, but would you check out some information? If I sent you some information about the supplements I've been taking, would you check it out? Was that hard? No, it's simple. And then you follow up. The magic is in the follow-up. And if you're not following up enough times, you're just priming the pump for somebody else to come and pick that fruit. It's a numbers game, and the fortune is always in the follow-up. Do you know how many follow-ups I did last month? A lot. But that's why I had 15 personal joins. And I had 12 the month before. It's not because I'm special. It's just because I did a lot of work, right? So that's, yeah. Yeah. But my activity level went way up. That's right. And so there's great videos on recruiting. Christina has a bunch. Jackie has a bunch. Gia and Abby did a great recruiting video. And then like the exposure process video by Brooke Hemingway is excellent about using tools. And this is not about you being the expert. It's about using tools to do the talking. Felice could give you all the science behind everything, but guess what? That'll scare people. Use tools, videos, explanations, everything, okay? So that's recruiting, talking to new people and following up. The second skill you need is to retain people. If you do not, you have to work just as hard to retain people. Your job is not just to get people, it's to retain them and cause them to love their products. If you are not following up with your people, please don't recruit them. Please don't, because they're not going to get results. They're not going to be consistent. They're going to say Plexus doesn't work, and it's going to hurt the rest of us. You have a responsibility. It's like Brittany says this, it's like giving birth to a child. Your job is to take care of your people. But guess what? That's the best marketing you can have is people that love their products. Nobody can tell me that these products don't work because my life is different. Okay? Take care of your people. And here's the thing, we already have the system in place. At Freedom Team, we've got this whole retention system pinned to the top. It tells you how to check in with people on what day, 10 touches within the first month, and it tells you what to say, what questions to ask, what motivation to give them. It's simple. You just gotta do it. And if you're not gonna do it, please stop recruiting. Just don't do it. If you're not willing to follow up, just don't. Because that's part of the process. And guess what? Retaining your people leads into the next skill of duplication. Duplication is raising up people to share just like you. It starts with recruiting. And it's fine to lead with the products in our business, right? We have such a great opportunity because of the products. It's not okay to stay there. You just can't. If you are not sharing the opportunity, it tells me a couple things. One, you don't believe in it. Two, you're really kind of being selfish. Can I just say that? You do not know what's going on in somebody's life. I'm just going to be real. I've got this fabulous house, right? People wouldn't have necessarily looked at me saying that I needed an opportunity. My husband is an assistant U.S. attorney, blah, 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 blah. We're provided for, we don't have debt. But I've got 3 girls, which means we want to pay for their colleges. We don't want them to go into life with debt. And we've got 3 weddings to plan for. And I want my kids to go to theater camp. You know, I want to travel with them. And all of that takes money. So when I saw the opportunity, it stuck in my mind. Our opportunity is just as transformative as our products are, especially now when our company is going above and beyond to help ordinary people with double incentives. People can earn $325 just by using their referral link, $690 just by helping 6 people feel better. That could be a house payment for somebody, right? What we have is such a gift. And duplication starts as soon as you start talking to people. Everybody needs to know that Plexus comes with a referral link. So, you know, when I first started, these 3 people came to my mind. My mom, my girlfriend who had lupus, and, you know, my girlfriend that had migraines. Who comes to your mind? I'm not telling people to start a business, right? Who comes to your mind? I also say it like this. You know what's going to happen? The more you learn about these products, this is what's going to happen to you. You know when you buy a white car and then all you see on the road is white cars? Well, that's what's going to happen to you. The more you learn that these products address the roots of most of our health issues, you're going to start thinking of people, oh, this person has acid reflux. Oh, this person has diabetes. Oh, this person has hormonal issues. Oh, this person wants to lose weight. All those people are going to start coming to your mind, and I can help you reach out. They can just use your referral link, and you're going to be helping a lot of people. You're not asking somebody to start a business, right? You're not telling them they have to sell. You're planting seeds and showing them what could be. Now, if you see somebody who has potential, that's a leader, you absolutely call out what you see in them. Say, Lise, you've got influence. You're a leader. You know people. You naturally care for people. Ed, you are a leader of leaders. You and Kathy have thousands of people in your database. People look at you and they think integrity, character, they trust you. You know, Katie, you have a heart as big as the sky. I know you want to help people. And girl, when your mind gets locked onto something, you're like a pit bull and you make it happen. If you decided to do this, Katie, do you know what this could do for your family? You see, your job, if people want to learn the skills, they can watch a video. Your job is to call what you see out in people, cast vision, and draw them out, inspire them. And they get inspired by saying, Kathy, you've got one of the sweetest hearts, and I know you love people. I know it pains you to see people around you suffering. Do you realize how many people you can help? Jennifer, you are the sweetest person, one of the sweetest people I've met, and you love to help people. And every time you do something, you come and you make things happen. You know, Emily, you affect tons of people. I know what this can do do you realize the impact you can have on these generations? And all these millennials look to you like Emily Barbie doll. Do you realize the effect you could have on them? Do you see? You call out what you see in people and you inspire them to greatness. Okay? Most people cannot conceive of themselves doing something like this. But the opportunity we have now is that people are open because of the climate that we're in now for such a time as this. Have you ever considered other streams of income? Listen, and this takes time and consistency. Do you remember what I said about the products, 8 to 12 exposures? Same thing with the opportunity. If you've only talked to them 6 times about the opportunity, guess what? You've got at least 2 more to go. Consistently planting seeds. And when you've got something like you've hit a rank, or somebody that's like them has hit a rank, or your team has exploded. We just added 700 people to our team. Michelle just hit emerald. Sally's just hit gold, blah, 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 blah. You reach out to them. Hey, I thought of you. Guess what? I'm taking to my husband to Hawaii in September. I've talked to you about this before. I don't know if anything's changed, but I wanted to share what's going on with me. Maybe the timing is better. Maybe you want to take a look now. You never know what's changing with people and how circumstances have changed, right? You just don't give up. You consistently follow up with them about the opportunity the same way you follow up with them about the products. You visualize what this can do for their family, okay? And if you're not where you need to be, look at what's done for me. Look at where you're going. Say, this is where I'm going, and I'm taking as many people with me as possible. I've only been emerald for what? 8 days? But you better believe I'm taking as many people with me, and I've been trying to for months and months and months. This is another thing that will help you. You've got to create a mental Rolodex of stories by feeding your faith. Starve the fear, feed the faith every single day, whether it's with the products and the opportunity. Watch Diamond Docs, read testimonies of people that have done this and been successful, so that when you see, like the pastor, guess what, Marco, my friend Christina, this is going to be my post later, posted the story of Dennis Rainey. He's the pastor. I think Ed sent you his thing. He and his wife, he just hit diamond. So now they're a double diamond family. So when I come into contact, Dennis Rainey? Kyle Rainey, not Dennis Rainey. Sorry, Dennis Rainey's famous. Kyle Rainey. But now whenever I come into contact with the pastor, I can say, look, this pastor just hit diamond. He's making $500,000 a year. This may or may not be for you, but maybe you want to check it out. When I see a teacher, I'm going to tell them about Christina. When I see, Nina, who's on my team in California, she's a licensed clinical therapist. Guess what? Becky Page was a licensed clinical therapist and managed a whole practice. And she's a diamond with Plexus. I told her about Becky Page. Nurses, I tell them about Sarah Marble or Brooke Hemingway. You watch these stories so you have a mental Rolodex so you can show people just like them. If they can do this, so can you. So, duplication, the next skill after duplication. Well, let me say one more thing about duplication. John Maxwell says this: everybody has a sign above them that says, encourage me, please. Encourage me, please. That's your job, right? That's how you help and serve people, okay? So duplication is all about sharing the opportunity. Okay, the last skill is leadership. Do you know what leadership is? Influence. Leadership is influence. As you grow yourself as a leader, your job is to teach them simple systems that will help them achieve success. What's our simple system? Me plus 3. Send, share, invite. Get the conversation going, send a tool, invite. Simple system for retention. Simple system for duplication. Me plus 3, and then teach them, repeat. Me plus 3, repeat. What we are doing is not complicated. It's not easy, but it's not complicated, okay? And you're just giving tools for your team. You cast vision and infuse them with belief. That is your job. You cannot call someone to action before they are inspired and they need a why. So if you want to get ready for the summer, I'm not thinking about a bikini. That's just beyond the realm of possibilities for me. But as if I'm thinking about the summer, wanting to get in shape, I'm going to eat well. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to take my supplements. And that bar blend is kicking my booty. It's hard. I'm going to sweat. And it takes sacrifice because it takes time, right? And I pay my membership fee to Beachbody, and I do all the things. But I'm going to get results, even though it hurts. But guess what? I feel better and I have more energy. So the question is, will you do the things it takes to make your goal? The question is not, is it for you? Because I know it can be. The question is, are you willing to do the things to get you to where you want to go? And the last thing I want to say is to dream. Dream, truly. If your calendar was empty and your checkbook was full, what would your life look like? Those secret things that God has put in your heart, what are they? It's not that, supplements are my passion. Supplements are not my passion. My passion is to see the passions inside of others come out. That's my job description. I want to see the dreams that are inside of you come out. And Plexus has been a platform for those passions. So I guess we'll just open it up for questions. Any questions, thoughts, comments?
I did want you to repeat this, but you're over them. So the roots of most of our health issues are linked to sugar balance.
Blood sugar balance, gut health, and inflammation. Those are the 3 core areas.
Of times that you're talking to people that may have really interest. Because several of people high up in our team did not start out with dates.
Yeah, that's right.
And they took their time before they
yeah.
And so recognizing that people that say no to us today are business owners next year. So not looking up and thinking.
That's right. That's a great point, Ed. I mean, Christina said no to Brittany for a year. Do you think Brittany's glad she followed up with Christina, who just went diamond? I mean, you just don't know. You just don't give up. In fact, the team call tonight, Rachel is doing the team call. I can't remember if April's interviewing Rachel or just Rachel's doing it. Rachel was a slow starter. She had the same goal for months and months and months and months. And then like a year in, finally went gold, senior gold, boom, boom, within like what, 4 weeks, 6 weeks? Not everybody's, you just keep doing it. You just keep, that's a great point, Ed. Right, that's right. Exactly. Yep. Yep, and she'll talk about her journey because it was a journey for her. Well. I love that, Marco. I love that. I love that. That's right. That's right. That's right. I don't know if Jana. That's right. That's right. Well, Christy, Jana, I don't know if you have any questions. I'm going to turn off the recording.